Hello, and welcome back to Cut It With a Hammer. It's getting a little cold in the garage, and unfortunately my shop is not well insulated or heated, although I do use a oil-filled heater on occasion to warm it up a little bit. So we're moving stuff indoors a little bit for the next couple of months probably. So unfortunately, the hammer has to stay in the garage. I don't think I can get through the door. Maybe, but as much as I love it, it's going to have to stay in the garage. So this summer I did pick up a set of Japanese chisels. When you get chisels or a lot of new tools, you have to do some adjustments. So we're going to start a new series today called Not Straight Out of the Box. So we're going to talk about the things that you need to do to tools that most people probably use straight out of the box, but you probably shouldn't. For the longest time, I was one of those people, but I've learned that pretty much, with the exception of saw blades and drill bits, not a lot of stuff comes straight out of the box. So I'm going to show you how I'm sharpening my Japanese chisels. I got a dozen chisels, but I'm only going to make you watch one. I've already lapped the back, so that took an afternoon to do all 12. So let's go ahead and get started.
So before we get started on actually sharpening the chisel, I'll show you what my setup is. I have a double-sided diamond plate board, a mid-range price, I believe. It's 220 mesh on the black side and 325 on the blue side. So we'll start on the black side. I have a sanding stone smoothing block. I have a 1000 grit sanding stone, and I have a dual grit 4000, 8000 grit sanding stone. I have some lapping oil for the diamond plate, and I have a Veritas sharpening jig and a blue marker. So let's get started. So for chisel, you need to flatten the backside first to make sure that it's flat, and then you work on creating the point. Japanese chisels have a hollowed out back, and I've already lapped the back of these chisels. So as you can see, it's fairly shiny, and then we're going to put a point on this today. So to get started with that, I will just take my marker, cover it all. This will give me a rough idea of how the progress I'm making. So I'm going to be putting a 35-degree angle on the chisel. That's approximately what it came with. This is just my setup here. You could use a piece of plate glass or a piece of granite and sandpaper of the appropriate grits. Or you can get something like a sharpening machine like a Tomac, a popular sharpening station. So a quick visual, make sure everything's good. And now as you can see, we're working pretty close to the edge, which is pretty good because the last one I did started more from the back. So we're not really worried about the back part here. We're more worried about what's up on the front of the edge. So it shouldn't take us too long to get to the front edge of this chisel. Just a little bit on this corner left. I'm going to work this corner a little bit more. Even though it's not blue, it's just a little different reflection on that corner. So I'm going to sharpen this a little bit further. I think we're okay on this, so we're going to go ahead and flip it over. So if you can see, I don't know if you can see this very well. You can see there's two different colors of steel right here. There's a harder steel on the outside, and then the center part here is a little bit softer steel. I did some more. I think we're pretty good there. So clean off all the lapping oil. And next we're going to go to the honing stones. Okay, these are lubricated with water. And as you can see, this is a discoloration from the last time you used it. So what we're going to do is we're going to soak these in water, and then we're going to flatten out the stone with this, with the smoothing stone. So let's go over to the sink. So sorry about the shadows, but we're just going to have to deal with it. So I'm going to fill these trays up with water. Smooth out this side. And you want to try and smooth out till all the dark streaks go away. I'm just going to go ahead and do both sides of this stone. Okay, so the white side is 4,000, the other side is 8,000 grit. Black along the edges came from when I was lapping the chisels, and so I'm not worried about that. When you're sharpening at each level, a little burr gets formed on the back side of the chisel, and you need to knock it off. So that's why you flip it over and just do a little bit on the back side just to keep it flat. And here's the mirror edge, or mirrored surface, that this 8,000 grit stone puts on a chisel.
So that brings us to the end of today's video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like, you know, all the usual stuff. Today I woke up with 110 subscribers. Woohoo! So thank you all to all my subscribers. I appreciate it a whole lot. If you're not subscribing, which 90% of you haven't, considering subscribing. And we will see you in the next video.